Okay, here we are, Matthew Russell Lee, Inner City Press, here at the Southern District of New York Courthouse today, Thursday, April 3rd, 2025. They're breaking the streets back here, but we're breaking the news. Eric Adams is running. After getting his case yesterday dismissed with prejudice, he turned right around and announced that he's running as an independent. He will not be running in the Democratic primary, which it's good for him. It kicks the can down the road, where right now he's polling quite badly in the Democratic primary. But we won't really know until they actually have a vote, and that won't be until November. If he stays in. So we're all over that. We're covering that, and we're covering it closely. As we covered yesterday, in a parallel universe, the case of Drake versus Universal Music Group. Now, UMG, which is seeking to dismiss the complaint about the famous diss track, Not Like Us, by Kendrick Lamar, they wanted to stay discovery, no discovery, not answer these 18, they say, overburdensome questions from Drake's lawyers. This was all the two big firms, Wilkie Farr and Sidley Austin. Did both of them? Sidley hasn't signed yet hasn't signed a deal with the Oval Office, but Wilkie Farr has. In any event, she denied it. Judge Vargas took a break and came back with a written decision that she read into the record. Discovery is not stayed, and she doesn't think discovery will be done by October. So she's encouraged the party to put in a schedule by next week. We're now covering that case. So watch this space. We're all over it. Now, today, this is a little day ahead action. Now, Nadine Menendez has 2 days in a row not shown up for trial. She had a fever. I'm not trying to be dismissive. Haven't received word that she's not coming today, so we could be back in action in a few short moments. Meanwhile, the cooperator against her and against Gold Bar Bob, Uribe, has got his sentencing pushed back to September, or the government wanted to push it back. They want to dangle that. We also wrote a story yesterday about a cooperating witness, until now not seen, in an upcoming trial that starts Monday. Put some of that behind a paywall. It's a sensitive topic, but we report. Today, at 2 p.m., Mr. Panton, green card holder from Jamaica with a previous drug dealing conviction, is fighting his deportation. And he's the so-called mayor of Harlem, I believe. We're going to be covering that at 2. Also at 2 is a hearing in the Cooper Union anti-Semitism banging on the library windows case. So we'll roll over that one. Have we asked the UN about that? See, they don't answer any questions at all. They don't answer any questions. They've received defunding threats from elected officials. In fact, from the head of the Senate Foreign Relations Committee has written a letter to Big Tony, and I've asked now 2-3 days in a row in writing to know what Tony's response to it is. Tony Guterres, that is, the corrupt and censorious Secretary General of the United Nations, and they haven't answered a single question. Even though yesterday they had almost no one in their briefing room. It was empty, entirely empty. And today they've canceled their briefing so the Big Tony can pontificate, I believe, at 12:30. We might try to cover that too, just to see, so people can see how flaccid and corrupt and decrepit the UN has become. We demand to be able to return to ask these questions in person. Finally, well, we could leave it there. The Eric Adams news, I have to say, truly, it was a surprise. So was his book recommendation. And it wasn't Sovereign District, the book we've written, or City of Maybe. It was a different book called Government Gangsters. So you can check it out. The Southern District is behind me, but I'm going in. Inner City Press, to be continued.